I'm over it. I'm done with this family worship stuff. I'm extremely exhausted with everything that has occurred with me. It's my fault. I'll take a lot of blame for it. I should have never been afraid to stand up for myself, but it's done. You know, you guys already know my past, my indoctrination process, my how I was raised. But one thing I got extremely offended now is I get it if I live with my parents for now, but it should not be like that at all. Like I have opportunities to move out, but now that I kind of focus on a career, it kind of has taken the luxury for me to be on fully independent. I have to roommate, but unfortunately my roommate was not a great idea for obvious reasons, and I'll make another video about that again. But anyway, I already made one, but I want to make a part two. So when you pretty much work with your family, they're going to scam out of you, specifically if you're not loyal to one parent. So keep that in mind in case you have a family member that has a business. And don't get me wrong, not all families are like this, but a lot of them are. They're going to promise you a future, a goal, a dream, as long as you put in the hard work. They might say, you know, we're not going to be able to pay you for now because we're starting this and that. Okay, I can tolerate it if there's something in return, if the dream is actually real, but most of the time, it's a tactic to convince you that work for us, keep that illusion, and just be happy with the pocket change that we're going to give you from time to time. But all this money is for other things that it's pleasurable for me, not for you. Just because you were brought into this world is not it doesn't mean you have to be subservient to your parents or your family. This is why I cannot tolerate religion, family worship. It is all tied down to free labor. So one thing I've noticed is I screw up a lot of my social life. I can already, go beyond and live without, a female or not. What I mean not living with a female is basically I don't care to marry. I already mentioned this millions of times. I can deal being a single forever, and that's okay. But the social time is something that has kind of been destroyed already. Ever since the religion, the family business, free labor, always working weekends, I never put a complaint. I never really work half-ass. I always try to put in the quality work. I only been rewarded just very few times. It's basically to be convinced that they're having me in mind, but it's not. It's just a tactic. It's pretty much keep working, keep coming in, and just accept the pocket change. As long as we give you a pocket change, you should not put a complaint. You live under a roof. Here's the thing though, I can just move out. And yes, I've been studying a career, and that's what kind of kept me from being fully independent. But there's something that I've acknowledged. I can just get another job, I can work for someone else, or I'm just going to sell the car. And I don't need a car. I can just have other transportation. I can buy something very cheap now. So if your family member has a business, put your boundaries first. Put your foot down. Don't be scared. And, you have to let go of the family worship. You have to let go of a lot of your traditions. I'm not saying like all traditions are bad or anything. That's not what I'm saying. But don't be a free human labor, because I'm 32. My friends are not really big anymore. I lost a lot of opportunities just because I was promised a dream, and that dream was just a illusion to keep me in the hamster wheel. And that's something I started to take acknowledge that sometimes family members can become cultists or leaders even without them realizing. In one thing I've started noticing, when you try to complain or you're trying to put your foot down, they try to like manipulate that. Well, if we don't agree to, we can just sell the business. My sister kind of like didn't really have a defense with that argument, or she had no arguments or anything to really combat that particular phrase of one of the family members. But I should have said, go ahead and sell it. I don't care. Nobody's going to work for you for free. Nobody's going to do you a good quality work, because some of us have conscience. We still have a particular good work ethics. It's just you don't care anymore. And this is why I'm very frustrated. I'm very upset about this particular lifestyle that I've been having lately. It's going to take me a while to get back on my feet. Like, I have my savings now, but it's not like where I can use it to get me out of certain circumstances. I have to, kind of wait a little bit longer. But I would like to not ever see other people go through this particular lifestyle that I had to go through. So whenever you can, man, snap out of it, get out of there. Always do things for yourself, man. Because family members, they're still individuals. They still have their selfish personality traits. So whenever they want to do things for themselves, they don't have to ask you. They don't take your consideration. Whenever I want to do things for myself, I always had to ask a family member's opinion. I snapped out of it. I woke up. I started using critical thinking to acknowledge that some of the family members that I have, they're cultists. They're just people that keep people stagnating. That's why I'm so fed up with all these particular family members thinking that I have to worship them, and I don't. I told everybody to screw up, even people from Mexico. Yeah, I'm Mexican origin, so don't take this as for granted that I'm discriminating. I told a lot of my family members that I don't care about their relationship. I'm not giving you free money. Don't ask me for anything because you haven't done anything for me. Instead, a lot of my hard work went for these people just because they're in a poor situation. Don't get me wrong, being poor sucks. I get it. I don't mind helping out if you're going to help yourself out. But these are people that can work. These are people that can actually do something for themselves. But they choose not to. They're in the comfort zone. And I'm done with that. And this is why I truly agree that sometimes, even with your own family members, if they're lower IQ or parasites, get away from them. Abolish them out of your life. Exclude them out and never talk to them ever again. It hurts at the beginning, but in reality, it's rewarding at the end. So that's one of my first traits that has kept me very stagnated. It's basically the family worship, being indoctrinated, being told that I have to please the family members. But there's nothing in return. My life has never been improved. It's just I've been living in an illusion for a long time and never got paid for a lot of the free labor. And now that I'm starting to wake up, I'm pretty sure I'm going to go through a lot of arguments or debates because they're not going to agree with my take with, this new perspective of my life, but I don't care. I'm just going to do whatever I can to prepare it, but there you have it, guys. That's pretty much it for the video. I know it's not as great as the others, but I hope it makes sense. Right now I'm a little bit frustrated. I just kind of wanted to vent, but right now, I'm still having a little bit of allergies, so right now it's still difficult to talk, but I'm a lot better now, so please excuse if I sound a little bit weird, but I don't know, guys. I've just been very upset about everything now, but it is what it is, man. You guys take care. Peace out. I'm out.